Gimmick. That is probably the number one thing you need in order to be successful in the WWE. And oh, Vince McMahon must like you. Over the years, we had impressive and amazing gimmicks both inside and outside of the WWE. For example, Broken Matt Hardy. Unfortunately, sometimes we had gimmick that was real stupid, like Isaac and Cam, or Husky Harris, or even Voodoo, who then later in the Attitude Era became the Godfather. Even if a wrestler has the talent and the promo skill, but no gimmick, he or she won't really be able to stand out. Of course, if we have to talk about all the incredible gimmicks we have in the WWE, we will be finished when 2020 will be finished, and when you realize that 2020 was 8 years ago. So in this video, I will talk only about the 5 greatest WWE gimmick of all time. And also because I don't really have much time these days, damn it school, let's start right now. Number 5. The Monday Night Messiah. This gimmick would have probably been in the number 5 spot if this was a top 10 list, but now it is in the number 5 spot. So after Raw lost at Survivor Series 2019 and that the previous Raw won in a clean sheet, it led to the locker room leader Seth Rollins, who was a face, to be pissed off at everyone in the locker room, where KO started a little feud with the EOP. After that, where later it was revealed that it was Seth Rollins who was behind all of this, and then Seth Rollins completely turned heel. A lot of people was wondering whether he would be like the 2014 heel version, but no, it turns out to be better. We had the Monday Night Messiah, where Seth Rollins' goal is to make sacrifices for the greater good, sacrificing Rey Mysterio's eye, having an eye for an eye match at Extreme Rules, sacrificing Aleister Black, with Aleister Black potentially returning with a new gimmick, and Kevin Owens. Seth Rollins' Monday Night Messiah is one of the best things going on Raw, and it is one of a hell of a gimmick. I love that gimmick. Number 4. John Cena. John had everything, but unfortunately was not able to connect himself with the audience because he had no gimmick. But in the Ruthless Aggression documentary, John revealed that the Doctor of Ergonomics was a complete accident because he heard Ricochet doing some freestyle in the bus, so he did too. Then luckily Stephanie McMahon was here and gave him the idea of making that his gimmick, and it was a success. The crowd loved him because he was the underdog, but when he turned face, he was attracting more young fans. He became a baby face, so the majority started hating him. But what did John do? He embraced the hate. John Cena is a 16-time world champion and multiple-time United States champion, and is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, and the Doctor of Ergonomics gimmick will never be forgotten. Number 3. The Fiend. Bray Wyatt. What an evolution of his character, a little similar like Kane character and also Mick Foley. When Bray first debuted in the WWE, he was Husky Harris, and that was horrible. That gimmick was stupid and ugly, but fortunately for him, he instead became Bray Wyatt, which made him a WWE champion later. And then he changed his character again, but this time much better. He became The Fiend with the Firefly Funhouse gimmick, which is the best thing going on right now on SmackDown. And the fact that Bray using all 3 characters, The Fiend, Eater of World Bray Wyatt, and the Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt, is just amazing, because now he is using all the 3 characters with his current storyline with Braun Strowman, which is just amazing. He is one of a hell of a superstar, and also we can say that he's the future of WWE. Number 2. Mick Foley. One of the all-time great. First he was in ECW, where he was Cactus Jack, and then he went to WCW, but unfortunately the creative team never saw him as a main eventer. So he found his way into the WWE, where he performed as Mankind. Well, the Mankind gimmick was very good on him, and he was able to become one of the top stars in the business. He had 3 amazing gimmicks. Dude Love, a character that he created himself when he was young, and he also uses his persona from ECW and WCW, Cactus Jack. The King of Hardcore, that guy literally lost a piece of his hair and fall from the top of Hell in a Cell so many times. He was always one of the greatest of all time and will always be. He's a former WWE champion, and he won many championships like the Hardcore Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, from Dead Valley, I present to you The Undertaker. Undertaker, the number 1. Outside of the WWE, Mark Galloway was a total failure. he failed in ECW where he was called Mean Mark. LOL, sounds like that angry uncle you have on Christmas. And he was also in NGPW where he was literally nothing. But then he joined WWE where they made him the Undertaker, and thanks to that gimmick he was able to really stand out, and he immediately had a connection to the audience. And then when the Attitude Era came, he changed to the Prince of Darkness, which was great, but not that amazing, but it was great. And then he changed to the American one, that was also amazing and really fit his character. And then he returned WrestleMania 20 as the Dead Man to Battle Came, the Phenom who had WrestleMania streak of 21-0, which I still think that day should have ended, but Brock Lesnar ended it. Damn it, Lesnar. Former multiple-time WWE champion, former Royal Rumble winner, and recently we got to know the man behind The Undertaker, Mark Galloway, a little more thanks to the Last Ride documentary. The Undertaker will always remain one of the greatest characters of all time in sports entertainment and one of the greatest of all time in WWE history. This is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to subscribe for more WWE content and to always be updated about what's happening in the WWE backstage. Go follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I have links available in the description down below. Thank you very much for watching again.